Okay, so thank you guys for hopping on our Getting Started Right call. My name is Alicia Carlson. My computer says Jennifer O'Keefe. It's just our pro account, so it doesn't knock me out after 30 minutes. So my name is Alicia. It's October 21st, 2017. And I just want to welcome you guys to our call today. And I'm going to go over some information, basically just, kind of the initial steps you guys need to take and information on getting started right in this business. So a little bit about myself. My name is Alicia Carlson. I have been in network marketing for about 4.5 years now. I was previously in a health and fitness company and loved it for the first 4 years. However, just financially wasn't a great setup, and I was able to kind of fall into this opportunity with direct sellers, and it's been amazing. I've been with the company for about 10 months now, and we're just coming back off of our New York event, which was absolutely amazing. It was so much fun, such electricity, and getting ready for our Vegas event, which is in just 4 months now. So I also am a full-time physician assistant. I work in orthopedic surgery. I teach group fitness, and I am a master seller with direct sellers and one of the leaders on our Wine Warriors team. So I'm excited to get you guys going today. And I love these calls. Everyone is so excited to get started. And we just want to make sure we're giving you all the right information to help you succeed. So the great thing about our company, our team, everything within is that we have such duplicating systems, and that's what really helps us become successful and stay successful. So, we once you get started, we plug you into these systems. And as long as you follow the steps that we teach you, you will be very successful. So the biggest thing is plugging in and staying engaged. So once we get you going, the people who really are successful are the ones who show up every day, who are posting in our groups, asking questions. The people who are inviting people, and when people join, they are getting their people plugged into our systems. And that truly is what will help you grow a team and become successful and continue on with duplication. Checking in at least once a day, asking your questions, getting on our trainings, and those are all things I'm going to go over with you today. So there's a quote that I love and I'm going to share really quick, and it says, "Success in network marketing teaches a lot of people how to do a few simple things." And that truly is that is what it is. I mean, that's exactly what we are doing, teaching people to do a few simple things, causing duplication, and allowing massive success for your team. So when you get started, one of the first things we really, really want to embed in your brain, especially because it is something that will help you take it to the next level, is making sure you're doing personal development. So personal development is a huge, huge factor in business and network marketing and all aspects of our life. Especially if you're someone new to network marketing, this can be overwhelming. It can be a lot of information, and getting in some personal development every single day is key. I'm not perfect. I may not get it in every single day. I'm busy. I'm in the car a lot, but I make sure I plug into podcasts or listen to our trainings by the recordings, which I'll talk about a little bit in just a little bit. So I want to give you guys a couple of really good personal development books to check out if you haven't already. And hang on one second. Mute here. Okay. So the first book that we really recommend is Go Pro by Eric Worre. And this is what it looks like. If you haven't seen it before, Go Pro is like the #1 book anyone starting out should read. Eric Worre is like the king of network marketing. He the things that we learn and we do basically came from him in this book. So he's super successful, and we have really taken seriously the aspects of his learning. So another great book is Go for No. And this is a really short read. Excellent, excellent book. It's like 75 pages, but it really teaches us to keep going no matter what the outcome. And I'll touch base on that in a little bit too. And a couple other great books: Rock Your Network Marketing Business, Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. Amazing books. Everyone should definitely read that at some point. One of my favorites, probably number 2 to go pro, is You Are a Badass. And really my favorite of all time is Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Newstad. And she is a 7-figure earner in Rodan and Fields. That book will really make you think differently about your own mindset, and it's really, really an awesome book. So I highly recommend that, especially for those of us who, you know, are, again, starting out and need that extra oomph to kind of tell ourselves to get over ourselves. So we have, and I'm going to share my screen in just a little bit, but we also have a great training website that we want to make sure you guys are getting plugged into as well. It's the training site is called winewarriors.biz, B-I-Z. And I will go over the information in that in just a little bit. We want to talk about the 7 Ps training, which is also in that website. And the 7 Ps are, you know, it talks about posture, piquing interest. Really the 7 Ps that will make you stand out and keep you going and really strive, you know, getting success. So that's something that we'll talk about in just a little bit when I share my screen. One thing that I highly, highly recommend, you're going to get a lot of information in terms of what to do, scripts that we'll share with you to be able to reach out to people, to invite people, to follow up with people. You're going to find that things are going to take off really fast, and you're going to need something to really keep you on track. So something that I like and a lot of people use is called Evernote. And it's a site where you can put all your scripts, your follow-ups. You can set your own type of follow-ups and things like that, but it's really a great way to keep yourself organized. And you're going to want to do that, because I'll tell you, when I started out, I kind of tried to do everything through Facebook Messenger, and it was not a great way to become organized for me. I was trying to scroll, and it takes a lot of time, and Evernote is really, really great for organization and saving things as time goes on. Another site that people really like, and I'm starting to use now, is called Teamzy, Teamzy. There is a monthly fee for it. However, it really allows you to set goals for yourself, set income goals. It allows you to keep track of how many people you truly are inviting each day. It lets you set time frames to follow up with people, and it's an excellent way. It actually even lets you save scripts within it. So Teamzy is great. Again, there is a monthly fee for it, but Evernote is another awesome option that does not have any type of fee. Google Streak is another option that people use. You know, some people love pen and paper. Whatever works best for you to keep yourself organized, go for it. You know, another thing that we do are our team trainings, and that's another thing we talked about with becoming successful and plugging into our, you know, our trainings and our groups at least once a day. We have on Wine Warriors a team training every single Wednesday, and that is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And one of our leaders every single Wednesday will be doing a training by Zoom, and they're always recorded. I typically end up catching the recording just because of my full-time job. But they are anywhere from, I would say, 30 to, well, probably 40 to 60 minutes long, depending on what the content is. So they're excellent. Great value. I like to say little golden nuggets that we pick up all the time. You always want to keep learning, especially even those of us who have been in it for close to a year. There's always more to learn and update and tweak for your own business to become successful. So I am going to share my screen here just to kind of show you guys 3 main things that I want to touch base on. Get that a second here just to pop over. Okay. All right. Time for a new computer. I'm telling you, it's really slow today. All right, so I'm gonna pop into, as soon as this gets off my screen and wants to behave. Sorry guys, this is like this, seriously the slowest. This is the third time I've done this call and my computer just does not like me today. So I'm gonna get you over to the our Facebook page first. As soon as my thing stops spinning. There we go, okay, perfect. So we have, this is our Wine Warriors Facebook page. And at the very top, we have a pinned post. And anytime you add someone to our group, anytime someone joins the business underneath you, make sure you're tagging them in this pinned post. You can tag them below, and it tells them basically everything they need to know to get started. So it talks about our training website, winewarriors.biz. The password for that is to the top, all one long word, no uppercase, and I will go to that in just a minute. And it also shows you at the very top of our page here, the training site as well in the cover photo, winewarriors.biz, and to the top. In here also are a bunch of files that are fantastic. Let's get over to these. And within these files, you are going to find lists of personal development. You're going to find scripts, easy ways to invite. You're going to find a list of our wines, ways to recruit up, how to handle objections. Here we go. A new thing that we're doing, which is really cool, that you'll notice, is called the ATM strategy. That's adding people to a different type of Facebook group, and there's ways to. We have a sign language in here for business partners, which is great. We have a lot of people who have been asking for that for those who are hearing impaired. So I love that we did that. There's ways you can print out flyers. So if you're having a wine social and you wanted to be able to print out flyers, or like a front and back to give information on what we do and what our options are, that's another way to do it. So check out the files in here. I won't go through everything, but there is tons and tons of information. So that's our Wine Warriors page, and this is where you'll go to. You guys, if you have a question, ask it. People are going to answer you so quickly. That's what I love about our team and support. All right, I'm gonna head to, now this is our winewarriors.biz training site. And again, when you log in, the password is to the top. I should have done it earlier, except it keeps playing music that I didn't want it to interrupt our, our discussion. So once you log in here, it's gonna take you to our initial page. And this is where you're gonna get started. So this is actually our master seller dinner from Vegas from our launch in February. It was a great time. Click gain access, and then it's gonna take you into where you start. So these are our first 3 steps that you wanna do when you get started, or someone on your team gets started. You wanna make sure that they're getting in here. This is Joe Gonzalez.
Hey,
let me see if I can mute him real quick.
Training with the warriors and direct sellers.
All right, there we go. So that's Joe. He's gonna talk about step number 1. There's ways to download your Facebook list in here. There's a memory jogger, which is great when you are trying to build your list of people to invite. The step 2 is the 7 Ps for growing your business. And I touched base on the 7 Ps a little bit ago, but Trey Bearer does an amazing job of explaining the 7 Ps. He has a video on using scripts. And you can download scripts in here as well. So this is all saved in Evernote, which is what I talked about earlier. It's a great way to save your information. And then on to step 3. Step 3 is with Tina Gonzalez. Tina's amazing. If you don't know who she is, she's Joe's wife, and they are just rock stars on our team. So once you get through these first steps, you will make sure you get back to your upline so you guys can touch base on what you need to do next. So after you do the 3 steps on this page, there's also additional resources that you can go to. All of our weekly team calls that happen on Wednesdays are uploaded here. You have information on how to host a wine party if you want to do that. They're a lot of fun. I actually just helped one of my team members do one last night. It was a great time. And then we have information on social media posts. So if you're looking for ways to engage people, you know, step up your social media posting on whatever you choose, whether it's Facebook or Instagram. Some people have Snapchat. There are great ways to do that in here. There's questions, and then, so again, this is where you want to go, winewarriors.biz, to get all of your first 3 steps of training. All right, I'm going to mute. Hi, Michelle. I'm going to mute you real quick. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hop over to our last part, which is our back office. So there is a ton of stuff in this back office, and I will show you really just kind of what the biggest parts are that we need to know at this point. So I'm going to go to, and I need to change my gallery view so I can actually see. Here we go. I'm going to go to settings. So when you get into your back office and log in, you are going to, you're going to use your number that you were given when you get your initial email. And that number is what you will log in with as your username, and then your password that you chose. And I knew mine was going to log me out because I've been on for too long. So let me log back in really quick. Okay, so back into settings. So settings is where you're going to want to go first. And let me show you from the home page in case you're not super familiar with this yet. So this is our home page. It has, you can find your team line. You can check your orders over here under orders. You can order actually more wine from that area. We have a great resources page that I'll touch base on in just a bit. And we're getting ready for our Vegas event, which is going to be just crazy, I'm sure. New York was unbelievable. So on the right-hand side, you're going to see settings, and that is where you're going to want to go to see your own information, and then click on Club Member Settings. This is where you're going to want to go if you want to personalize your website. You can, right here, change your name. So when you come here first, it's going to show your number that you were assigned once you signed up. And you can personalize that. I changed my number to my name. You can make it whatever you want to as long as it's available. Some people may want to do something catchy or fun that has to do with wine. That's fine. Once you change it, just click Change URL, and it will tell you if it's available. The other thing is placement settings. So when you first log in for the first time, excuse me, sorry, you will find whatever this says, it's either going to say left or right, and you will initially be defaulted to the side that your upline placed you on. This is placement settings could be an entire training that could take 40 minutes. So I'm just going to touch on it now. Once you start building your team, you're going to want to understand how to come in here and change it from left to right. I recommend once you sign your first person and that happens on your defaulted leg, make sure you come back in here and change this to your other leg. Just change it to your opposite and then click Save Changes. That is what will allow you to become dual or binary qualified as soon as you sign that second person. But I highly recommend you touch base with your upline so they can go over that more in depth with you. And then under privacy settings, if you want, make sure you have at least one of these on so you're getting your emails or a text message. So you're getting updates on events, all of our training calls, the Saturday information, which I'll touch base on in just a little bit. So that's what basically you need to know right now, and you can change your password if you need to. And then if we go back home, you can, up here is where you'll find your commissions, your bank, to be able to transfer money as you make it, and then your DC dollars, which will allow you to earn your wine for free over time as you build customers. So the other thing I want to touch base on really quick is resources. And you guys, this is a great way to find ways to request a placement change if you did, if you placed somebody on the wrong leg. I think you have 72 hours to fix that. Audios. So you can come into audios and you will be able to find all of the trainings, the Women of DC recordings, our Saturday trainings, Monday night business opportunity calls. All of these that are our national calls will be back here under audios, under resources. So it's a great tool for you. And then videos as well. These are some of the corporate videos, and we also have them in Spanish, which is great. So our compensation plan, our wine club overview, lots of great little tools for you to send to people who ask for information. So that is our back office. I'm going to stop share so I can get back. Very good. Okay. All right. So let's move on. I'm going to talk about now basically how we want to start reaching out to people. So, you know, once we sign up, we get really, really excited. We want to make sure we're getting the information out to people as quickly as possible, but we want to do it in the right way. So there is, most of us are going to start with what's called our warm or our hot market. And, you know, those are the people we already know. Hot market is really made, is really meant as like friends, our closest friends and our family. So what I want to say about that is you will know that most of us in our who have our hot market, those are the people who will support us, but they, from afar, but they're not really going to probably be interested in joining your business from that aspect. So, and that's okay. They're there to support you. That's fine. And if they do and they become interested, that's great. But they're usually the ones that aren't going to be interested in that aspect right away. So what we recommend is using your hot market. Take 10 of your hot market, make a list of your hottest 10 and role play with them. I would say, you know, say to them, I know you might not be interested in what I'm doing, but would it be okay if I had a conversation with you and just kind of role played and practiced my scripts with you? They're not going to say no. They want to make sure you succeed. But the really cool thing about that is as they're supporting you, they may down the road become interested in what you're doing. So that's a great way to kind of get the bugs out, you know, get the nerves out, kind of tweak things. And it's a great way just to kind of get started in that aspect. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are using the scripts that we give you. And those, again, are, you know, they may be emailed to you in your welcome email from your team. They're also in our Wine Warriors page. And truly use those scripts because they were made, again, by the principles of Go Pro from Eric Worre. They work. They've been used for, you know, these types of scripting have been used forever. It's not salesy. They're comfortable. And, you know, don't try to invent the wheel. You know, we have these things in place to make it as simple as possible for you, just like we talked about in the beginning with duplication. So really do not try to invent the wheel. Make it as simple as you can on yourself because it's going to explode and you're going to be busy and you don't want to be pulling your hair out. So eventually, what you're going to want to do next is make your list of 100 people that you want to reach out to get these invites out in the initial stages, in those beginning stages. After you make that list of 100, the next thing I recommend is printing out your Facebook friends list. You're going to want to touch base with all of these people at some point. And whether it's just starting an initial conversation, just to kind of reach out to them again if it's been a while, you know, just to kind of see how life's going, you know, reach out to those people. Don't just scroll by them on Facebook. Start conversations, start a relationship again, and that can really, really help as you build your business. If you don't know how to print out your Facebook friends list, there is a YouTube video on how to do it, and we also have the video saved in our winewarriors.biz page, which I just showed a little bit ago. Remember, you have friends that may not have heard about this opportunity yet, and you may have mutual friends who are friends with them that may be getting into this business. Don't let your friends hear about this opportunity from someone else. Make sure they're hearing it from you, because if you don't, they certainly will hear it from someone else, and you want to make sure that you're getting that first opportunity to be able to present it to them. So We always recommend, especially in the beginning, you know, it can get overwhelming in terms of how much, especially if you're new to network marketing, how much you can do sanely in a day as you get going. We really recommend inviting 5 to 10 people a day, and that's to start. If you want to start with just inviting 5 in the beginning stages, go for it. You don't have to try to over limit yourself, because that will overwhelm you and make you frustrated. You want to do what you can handle in the beginning. As time goes on, you may be able to invite more than 5 to 10 people a day. You may be able to invite 20, but make sure you're inviting 5 to 10 people a day. Make sure you're following up with people, at least 3 people every day. And when you invite them, once, you know, as soon as you start having a conversation and they're interested in hearing more, use our third-party tools. We have great third-party tools. One of our, actually the website that I use most often, because it is from our team, but it's unattached to anyone, is worldsbestwineclub.com. And that's about a 6-minute video that explains our business concept. And it's just great to send to people as that third-party tool. There are other videos out there. You can make your own, but whatever works for you, just make sure you're getting the, you know, the information in front of people so they understand. Once they see the video, your goal is to get them on a 3-way closing call. That's probably the most important thing I can tell you in terms of getting people, as they join our business, get them on closing calls. The people who get their prospects on closing calls have higher percentage of people joining them and more success as time goes on. If you can get a minimum of 3 people per week on a closing call, you are going to see crazy success. So you can't expect to only talk to about 2 people a day and not keep up with this to see success. You really do have to put in some effort. Again, it's not easy, but it's simple. We have the simple steps for you to be able to have duplication. You just have to put in the effort to be able to do it. The more you do this, the faster you will grow, the faster your team will grow, and duplication will continue, and more success you'll see with income as well. So we are, as I talked earlier, we are constant leaders, learners in this profession. And you want to make sure that no matter what you're doing, you're staying plugged into our groups, you're staying plugged into the trainings, you're keeping up on your personal development, you're listening to podcasts, you're asking questions. We have the most amazing team support. We have the best community. My previous business that I came from, I just did not have that support, and it's almost overwhelming here how much support we do have. Literally unparalleled. So if there are questions you have, please ask them in the groups or reach out to your upline. You know, when we post questions in the groups, even if it's someone who doesn't even know you, if they know the answer, they're going to answer it for you and help you because they want to make sure you succeed as well. And I just love that. So again, with personal development, I talked about some of those in just a little bit ago. They're listed in our files section. The last thing I want to touch base on is our comp plan. Now, our comp plan is pretty in-depth. There are 4 ways to earn with our comp plan, and I'm going to touch base on them. I'm going to give you some information to check out more, but if you have really in-depth questions, I suggest you reach back to your upline so you guys can talk about it more. So the first part of our comp plan is that fast start bonus. So that, the great thing about that is you're getting a 50% bonus from the sign-up fee from your business partners who join your team. So that is the first part, which can, obviously allow you to earn very quickly. So you're making either $125 or $250 based on which package they choose. The second is the binary, and the binary system is having that left and right leg. And that's pretty common in a lot of network marketing companies. That's what I had in my last company, was a binary system. And so you want to make sure you have one person on each leg as fast as possible so you can start earning commission and be binary qualified. And as you grow your team, you're going to earn that commission from 4%, I believe is the lowest, from from any volume below you, all the way up to 20%. So as soon as you hit master seller, which is the top level in our company, you will be making 20% commission off of all the volume below you, which is really nice because no matter who you were in Beachbody, which is where I came from, health and fitness, they really only had one way of earning commission unless you were really higher up, and that was about 25% across the board. So we have such in-depth options, which I love. The third is called the Unilevel, and the Unilevel is really set up for long-term growth. You won't see fast growth in it in the beginning. What the nice thing about Unilevel is it can grow infinitely wide and 9 levels deep. And 9 levels deep is because 9 business partners is how many it takes to get to our top level. But again, infinitely wide as time goes on, and 9 levels deep is what you get paid, and it changes in percentage based on what level you're getting paid off of. So that's a little confusing. We have actually a great little graph in our, I think our back office, or part of the compensation plan on our website that explains that nicely. And then the fourth is the check match bonus, and that gets paid 4 levels deep, which can also really grow as time goes on. So we have those 4 ways to earn, and I like to say we have kind of our 5th way, which is earning your wine for free. If you have 3 customers, your wine's for free. That means no overhead, and it's, I mean, who doesn't want free wine? So, so that's really our compensation plan in a nutshell. It is pretty in-depth. It can be confusing. The other thing I recommend, if you have not seen it before, is Derek Leisure has a video on YouTube that breaks down our compensation plan like whiteboard. He does such a great job. It's about 18 minutes long. And so I think if I search Derek Leisure compensation plan on YouTube, it'll come up. And he did such a great job. It makes a lot of sense. So I suggest you watch that if you haven't had a chance yet. All right, so that is pretty much it from my standpoint. If there are questions you guys have or anything that's confusing, certainly unmute yourself and ask away. I'm happy to answer anything. And if you don't, that's okay too.
Hey, Alicia.
Hi, Michelle.
Okay, so my question is, and you touched on this a little bit, but it's like kind of a separate training, but the building volume on your team legs.
Yes.
It was my understanding that your strong leg is the one that you're connected to your upline. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so for that leg, you should be seeing volume from above you, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just confused because I see whenever I've been checking like every week for the last month, and I don't see any volume on that leg except for the volume that I have on it.
Okay. And you're for sure on you're looking at that upline's leg, or I mean if you go in, you know what, let me see really quick.
And I'm looking at the binary chart, the volume.
Okay. Let me really quick, let me see if I can share screen really quick, because mine, hang on one second, because I want to show you I just want to see if you're looking in the same spot that I'm thinking of. Okay, so I'm back in our back office. Let me go, I have to remember which part it is. I think it's Team Wine, but so if you go to, no, that's not it. Okay, hang on one second. Go back here. Which part do I want to look? Let me shrink this so I can see more of what I'm trying to see. Okay.
You want to see?
Under orders.
There she is. See?
Downline binary organizational. And then, nope, that's not it either. Okay, you know what? I'm going to play with this because I don't want to keep you guys on forever, but I know where it is. I just have to remember where it is, that's all. If you are having problems with seeing that though, shoot me. I'm gonna actually ask because I know who your upline is, and so were you placed on Priscilla's? No, you weren't. You were placed on mine because I see your information. Let me send a quick message about that because I want to make sure that you're getting that answer because you should be seeing it from your upline. So like for me, they may not be placing so many people under you all the time. It may be that they're putting people on their other leg right now. But you should still be able to see you're going to be seeing things that they place below you. You won't be able to see what's above them. You'll be able to see who they placed below you.
Okay, but with the volume that came like above me, I won't see like their monthly auto ship volume for people who came before me.
No, you won't actually be able to view the people that are above you. You'll only be able to actually see the people below you.
Okay, but the volume points won't show up?
From anybody that they place below you, their volume point should be there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The people above you that are placing people below you, anyone below you, that volume will show, but you won't actually, like, I can't view my upline and anything above me. I can only view what they placed below me.
Yeah. Okay. I gotcha.
Okay.
So it's the only way.
There's so much stuff to this compensation plan and it's really confusing sometimes, but yes. And, but yes, that's exactly what you should be seeing.
Okay, so the only way I'm going to see commission on my strong leg, unless it's for me, is if they're placing people
below you.
Below me. Okay.
Yes, yes. And so you're going to want to, you know, this happens over time too. Obviously your strong leg is going to have more volume because it's from your upline. You're kind of building your weak leg. And so like for me, I'm still placing a lot of people on my weak leg. Over time, that can change. So over time, as your duplication happens, your team grows, things like that, you are going to see that your weak leg could become your strong leg and they can flip-flop, which is not a bad thing to happen. That's actually pretty good because that means people on your team are doing a lot.
Well, right, that's my case right now.
Yeah, yeah. So, but it'll change. I mean, a month is really, really soon. You know, I mean, you've been in here for such a short time that you're going to see a lot of that change. Just as time goes on because so much is happening. And, but yes, that is, I think you're seeing what you should be seeing.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. No problem. Any other questions? Okay. Well, I am going to end our call here, but just so you guys know, what time is it? It is 8:50 here. So in 10 minutes, our corporate call is going to happen. And we always have a great training on there and tons of information. They're going to talk about our New York event. They're going to talk about our upcoming Vegas event. So lots of exciting stuff happening. And there will be a training within that call as well. So if you guys can hop on, please do. I am going to end our call and I will share this recording as soon as I upload it. So thank you guys for hopping on. I'm really excited for everyone to get started. And please, if you guys have any questions, feel free to answer it in our groups. We are more than happy to help you make sure everything is going smoothly for you. So enjoy your Saturday and we'll chat soon. Bye.